I myself feel like I sometimes have culture shock. Like I look at an old photo of a gathering and I think those people are sitting very close to one another. Why are they doing that? And then I remind myself that photo's 8 years old. That's okay. Something that helps me when I'm making a big transition, like many people are about to do, is almost to kind of ritualize reminders. And I personally would use just breathing, because first of all, in a highly stressed state, we often forget to breathe and just tighten up, and it's useful. And then it's always there with us. As one of my meditation teachers said, the breath is very portable. So it's kind of easy to do when you're lost or you're feeling I've got to compose myself. It's like, okay, you can use the breath. I think there's a pretty pervasive sense of loss, even if you haven't directly lost a loved one or a family member who's gotten ill, but just the loss of the way we thought life was going to look right now, or maybe it's a place or an ability to go somewhere, and certainly the loss of a job. These days, so many things are figuring, and we are needing to remember, okay, who am I? What do I really care about? What are my values, even in that kind of state? I feel both in myself and in the people I speak to. I've watched a trajectory from first tremendous anxiety to a lot of sorrow and grief. And now I think that a lot of people are just tired. It's almost a phase of exhaustion. And the more we get out and the more we have to do, the more we're going to have to find the energy in order to function and not just stay in that place of depletion. So I think it's an especially important time to think about the things that restore us, that will give us some energy, that will allow us to face what's going to be really kind of different. It's easy to get depleted and feel overwhelmed and exhausted, further exhausted. And so it's not selfish, it's not self-centered, it's not being self-preoccupied to think, okay, what can I do for rest? What can I do for enjoyment for a few moments? And people feel utterly bizarre thinking that. I know in this time, because there's so much going on and people are struggling so much, and to think, well, I'm enjoying this cup of coffee because I'm really tasting it and smelling it. Feels like the stupidest thing in the world and so selfish. But really, we've got to have those moments, or we can't pick up. We won't have even the sheer energy. It's not that easy to ask for help or receive help, even for many people. Many of us are caregivers of some kind or another. And remembering that if we actually need something, to try to ask for it, or we can be willing to be vulnerable, makes for an exchange that is more pure and full and actually better for everybody. And we're always kind of beginning again. And that doesn't mean we failed. That's actually a skill, being able to regroup and be open to change and start over. And I think that's going to be very important.